Welcome everyone to the South Kitsap High School and the home opener for the Wolves. A lot of excitement this evening, beautiful weather, school has started, and it's time for football. We're happy to be coming live to you this evening on SKTV, Wave Digital Cable Channel 205, and we're also streaming this game live in high definition on YouTube.
And the colors are presented tonight by the members of South Kitsap Outstanding NJRTC with Cadet Ensign McLean Shapler, Cadet Lieutenant Brandon Fields commanding, Cadet Seaman Caleb Purdom, and Cadet Seaman Apprentice Joshua Hooker.
So back on to the SKTV, I apologize. You can find the link to the game by going to the school district homepage and click on SKTV. Tonight the Wolves take on the Sumner Spartans. And I'm Lee Rideau, and joining me in the booth tonight is Phil Nenninger and Brian Pickard. Gentlemen, football season has started.
It's a second season under a new coach. We have a different offense, different defense. Last year obviously takes some time to get the kids used to new plays. What do you guys think is going to happen this year, especially with this new league?
I think the league this year is going to be very, very challenging for these guys. But in talking to the coaches this past week or so, these kids are ready for it, and they've prepared. They've had that extra year to understand that new system, and it's a tough league. You know, here it is, second week in a row, and they're playing a team that's ranked in the top 10 in the state. But again, I think they're up to it. They just, as Coach Booth told me, this week, the kids just got to believe. They've got the talent and the skill sets. They just need to believe.
Just going back to what Brian said there, not just in the top 10, they're actually ranked number 2 in the state. So this is going to be quite a contest. Considering they played Graham Kapowson last week, they were number 5 in their ranking. And although we had a good performance against them, I think they can see where they want to get to for the future.
And they played with Graham Kapowson that first half before kind of the wheels fell off there, but they played with him and showed them that what they can do.
And one of the fun parts about high school football is momentum starts to build, and sometimes those teams that you think are not going to do so well, the momentum builds and they hang in and can pull one off. And that's what South Kitsap is obviously looking at doing tonight is get going early and get some momentum built in front of this home crowd.
And even though last week was a tough game, like Brian Pickard was saying, they hung in there well. They managed to get 200 yards in the passing game and 200 yards rushing against a really stout team. So, Coach Kralik said to me that he is really impressed with his own line and how they were extremely committed this year in the weight room during the summer. And he's really proud of their efforts, that being number 52 is senior Jacob Miller and 55 senior Jacob Grayson. number 56 senior Jared Gregerson, 61 senior Kenny Staffney, and 67 senior Michael Major. So, you know, I think him just saying that to me today just proves a point on how committed some of these young men were.
And most of those were, if they weren't starters last year, they played major roles last year. So they've got some incredible experience under their belts, ready to go. And that's not a small line. I think there's maybe some small college teams that would like some size like that.
And, you know, one of the things about this new coaching, you get a new design, new system. We play a lot more kids. You know, I can remember years ago when you'd see the same kids basically playing offense and defense, going both ways. Probably a core nucleus of up to, you know, eight kids going both ways. Here we have one or two play both ways. So South Kitsap will receive to start this game. So number 27 for Sumner is getting ready to kick off. And back to receive for South Kitsap. Looks like Isaiah Bird is one of the players we got.
The kicker for Sumner is Nick Phillips. He's a senior, 5'10", 170 pounds. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's root him on.
The second season from Kitsap Bank Stadium is about to begin. And that ball's going to go in the end zone. South Kitsap will take over from the 25-yard line.
So that's a touchback.
I'm sorry, 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the NFL now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think it's the field that got Phil kind of mixed up there, because this field is every bit as good as those professional fields. These kids here at South Kitsap High School, for all the sports that get to use them, are very, very fortunate, and I believe they know that too. This is a great field.
We have a nice high-power offense going here. It's very quick. Takes about 4 seconds from ready to snap, and there we go. And the first play looks like it's going to be a pass play, and incomplete. Intended for number 13.
And that pass by Garrison Grissom.
Not a bad pass. Just needs to try and go down and get.
Sort of surprised they opened up with a pass, but at the same time getting a new starting quarterback this week because of the injury last week to the quarterback. I'm surprised that they threw, but they must feel very confident in this young man.
So again, real quick, second play, another pass play out to Isaiah Davis, number 11, for a gain of about 8 yards out to the right-hand side. So again, the quarterback's looking sharp. It's doing well. I don't think Coach looks at anything different here.
Definitely, it's Garrison Glisson is our starting QB tonight. He's in the place of the injured Siosi Soto. Unfortunately for Siosi, he broke his clavicle against Graham Kapowski last week, and he will probably be out between 4 to 6 weeks. So let's hope he has a speedy recovery.
Nobody likes to see these student athletes get hurt out here, so we hope he returns quickly. It's a little pitch out to left-hand side.
Looks like he's got that first down and then some, another yard or two.
And that looks like a...
Garrison himself, he was the actual JV quarterback last year for the Wolves, and he is actually coming off a stress fracture in his back. It was believed he got the injury from pitching in baseball, which kept him out of baseball for last season as well. So it's nice to have him back, and hopefully he can lead the Wolves to a victory tonight.
And that was number 34. We have a timeout on the field, an equipment timeout by the official. So South gets that moving ball here, getting their first down on the first drive. That's a good sign. Another pass play coming up. Oh, and the quarterback, number 72 from Sumner, was not fooled, and we're taking a sack of about 7 yards. So that's Logan Miller from Mayer from Sumner. He's a junior, so he stayed home, and South got to pay for it. So another pistol formation, pass play coming up, a couple guys in the block, and overthrown. And again, 10 target Isaiah Davis. Isaiah had a good year last year. So
Isaiah Davis, actually, he was that Isaiah Bird. Isaiah Bird.
Isaiah Bird.
Well, actually, last week against Grand Capacitan, he had over 200 all-purpose yards, and he had a rushing TD and a receiving TD. So he's definitely one we want to keep healthy.
You know, as everyone's watching this game, it's interesting to watch because this is a no-huddle offense, and you'll see all the players, linemen, backs, receivers, quarterbacks, watching the coaches for the signals as far as what the play is. And I think we got moving on the left side there.
Yeah, I think we have false start in South Kitsap there, so that'll cost us 5 yards.
We're digging ourselves a hole here.
So we're going to have a third and about 21 yards to go here. As we're back to the 20 where we started. So South waiting for the play. It's actually taking a little while to get in. So another pass play coming up. Quarterback's got time, going deep.
Oh, we got, come on.
And we have a Haybird.
Oh.
Just missed connection.
That was a nice
That was
throw.
a nice throw. I'm not sure. I think if Isaiah lays out for that, he's got a better chance at it. But
You know, definitely a nice try. Kind of shows us something that we have some speed out there that can get behind them. So.
And that young man has an arm.
Yep.
It was nicely tossed. Just missing it.
So punt coming up for South Kitsap.
Connor Weddington and Tyson Rainwater back.
Nice punt. It's going to bounce. I don't
Flag
think
down.
it's going to be fielded.
there is a
South
flag
Kitsap
down. I'm not sure what it's
gets on
for.
it at the 47. We do have a flag, and we'll see what this call is.
It's on the. It's down on the South Kitsap sideline there. Probably somebody getting hung up on some downfield blocking.
Well, we have a encroachment warning against South Kitsap sideline.
I would agree. That's what I'm thinking as well.
And, you know, that's the first one's a warning. There's no penalty. But, you know, the kids get excited, want to be close, but it's truly a safety, you know, a safety rule. You don't want somebody getting tackled on the sideline and having 10 or 15 people falling on top of them. That's how some of these students get hurt. So Sumner's out there for their first offense. Quick pitch out to the left-hand side, and he's got some room. Some nice blocking. He's still up. And unfortunately, that's down inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7.
Gentlemen, sorry, Phil. That's number 5. He's a senior, Connor Weddington. He's actually already committed to the University of Washington, and he is considered to be the best running back in the state. Last year he was the league MVP, All-State, both defensively and offensively, so they're going to have their hands full with that young man.
Well, that was unfortunately, that's a run of about 46 yards or so. So we need to key on him and get that stopped. So another run right up the middle. South Kitsap stuff steady only gains about a yard, so that's Connor Weddington again. So 1 yard gain, be second and goal from the 6.
This could be quite a strong confidence booster right here, gentlemen, if they can hold them.
You know, I agree. If defense can stand up here, I think that's one of those momentum swings you look for. So man in motion coming across. Pass play. And it's a touchdown. Pass to number 6, Tyson Rainwater. Touchdown Sumner. I actually thought Sumner turned up before the ball got snapped, but officials obviously didn't see it that way. So
I kind of thought so too, Phil. The man in motion there, it looked like he turned a little early, but it's hard to tell from our vantage way up here, but it was right in front of us.
So Sumner's lining up for the extra point. The holder is number 2. That's Skylar Sendretsky. He's a senior. And the kick is up, and it's good. So we have 9:08 left, and South Kitsap is down 7-0. But we did see some signs on offense. We moved the ball. We just need to stop killing ourselves with penalties and mistakes and keep on going. So hopefully we can put the drive together here and see what happens.
Boys are going to have to remain tough because, like I say, speaking to Coach Krolick this afternoon, he was saying that Sumner definitely have their weapons over there. And one of the things he actually was saying to me today was they were going to do what they can to make sure that Connor Weddington wasn't the guy that beats him. Obviously, he had that, 40-plus yard run. But I guess the idea was when they actually start off, they're going to try and double team him. And if they're going to lose, you're going to lose because you got to use your other players.
So back to receive for South Kitsap is number 3, Jimmy Olmstead, and number 11, Isaiah Bird. As soon as we get a T out here, I think, okay, we do. Number 27, which is Nick Phillips, is getting ready to kick for Sumner. So we need to make sure, that long play went outside. We need to make sure we seal that edge, and looked like we were tough up the middle there. So. And we're ready for the kick. This kick is also going to go out into the end zone. So the ball come out to 20, and South will start the second drive from the 20. Look for them to be ready to go right away. They're running out to the field, and South wants to push this tempo. They want to keep this game moving quickly, and with this no huddle spread offense, they really want to get moving.
I don't know how many people know this either. This is Coach Krolick's alma mater, the Sumner Spartans. So he's probably got something he'd like to prove to these guys today.
So an inside handoff to South Kitsap, but Sumner reads it well. It's going to go for about a yard. Looked like there was a hole there for a second. So Sumner's coming out with the ball, but I think we were down at that point.
Yeah, I definitely heard the whistle. So
again, you look for South Kitsap. Ball's ready to play. Usually it's about 4 seconds from there to get. Another pass play for South. It's going deep. Look for number 81. Oh, almost got that. That was Quinn Ogan, I believe.
looked like another good pass there, Phil.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Obviously, from our angle, we can't always see everything, but it was certainly close. That's again some good signs. We can make some connections, and again behind the Sumner defense. So we got 3rd and 9. Another pass play coming up. That's intended for Isaiah Bird, but broken up by Connor Weddington, number 5. I think, that's going to have to be a little bit careful on that side because Connor looked like he had just about time to pick that in and take that in. So, nice play breaking it up.
Yes, I guess he's showing the player that he actually is what UW is looking for right now, right?
Yeah. Almost blocked.
Well, I got to say, that's a great job by the punter. It's almost blocked. He was going to kick it with his right foot, and then he decided to kick it with his left foot.
And that's Chase Peterson. He's a freshman. He'll be around for a while. But, no, I thought, again, if he kicked it with his right foot, it would have been blocked. Gets left foot, gets at least, 20, 22 yards out of it without any sort of a return. So
I've only seen that done one other time, so that's quite remarkable.
I'm guessing a former soccer player.
And he's a freshman?
He's a freshman.
Hopefully he's not a former soccer player. If he can play soccer in the springtime.
So Sumner starts, and here we go right up the middle. And a long run again down the right sideline. And that's number 7, Gavin Morkert. But there is a flag on the play.
And I think that's going to be against actually the Wolves. I think the touchdown's going to stand. I have a feeling we grabbed
the helmet.
Yeah, we'll see. But where it's located, I agree with you, Lee. Personal foul, face mask. Yep. I believe they'll probably get that on the kickoff.
Number 7, Trey Weed. My understanding, this young man who also plays wide receiver and linebacker is also another highly regarded player and is a great compliment to Connor Weddington out there. So, like I said, Sumner's pretty stacked this year. Hence their number 2 ranking.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Trey took that right up the middle, right up the gut where we'd stuffed it before. So,
You got to also say I'm not taking anything away from Weddington or Weed, but their offensive line doesn't look too bad here at Sumner.
they're opening up some huge holes, and that's something we're certainly going to have to stop. So that took about another minute off the clock, and we have 8:03 left, and South Kitsap is down 14-0. One thing this team showed us last year is they can go down, come on back pretty quickly. So hopefully we can do something like that again and keep things moving. What I think we just need to do is get one good drive started and see where we go from there.
The Sumner has just under 100 yards total offense already, which indicative of what the score is in 14-0. And the Wolves, they've been kind of up and down a little bit, and they have about a net of a yard. They put together couple passes and couple good runs and things, but they've also negated that with some penalties as well as that big sack that the Wolves took. But let's cheer them on for a good drive here and get some positive yardage and hopefully put some points on the board.
One of these things about having a hurry-up offense like South runs is that, unfortunately, when you go 3 and out, no time comes off the clock. So time of possession becomes very, very much not on our side.
You gentlemen might know who I'm about to talk about here. We have a coach, Tavita Pritchard, who played at Clover Park, is here scouting from Stanford tonight. He used to be the Stanford QB and he is the Stanford QB and wide receivers coach. And some of you may remember him from the days as being one of the Stanford QBs in 2007. My understanding, one of his biggest claims to fame is beating USC 24-23 in the final minute of the game that year, and USC was favored by 41 points. So I guess he's here to scout a few of these kids, and I'm sure he's liking what he's seeing.
Yeah, he's. I'm sure he's interested in these non-commits and see what they can bring to Stanford. So that kick went through the end zone, the 15-yard penalty being enforced on the kickoff. South didn't have a chance of getting that one back for a run back, so they take over at the 20. Low snap, handoff. No, fake handoff, I'm sorry, 34. And it's again to Isaiah Bird, and well covered. There's 3 defenders in that play, so.
Bird almost turned into a defensive back there and knocking that down so it wasn't intercepted. There was 3 Sumner players around that ball. It was a good ball, but thrown into coverage like that is probably not going to help us out very much.
I don't want to sound like the QB or the coach on the couch here, but I would like to see maybe some short passes or something like that just to get the quarterback going a little bit better.
Well, there's a run to number 34. That's Isaiah Davis for about 2 yards up the middle. Some quick changes for South Kitsap.
Isaiah Davis had a good game last week with 15 carries and 96 yards. And last year as a sophomore, he rushed for over 900 yards in 9 games, and that is the most in the SK history for a sophomore. So another young man to keep an eye out for.
So again, another pass play. And I'm not sure who that was intended for, if that was overthrow, but seems like we have a lot of these 25, 30-yard pass plays going on right now, and just aren't making the connection here. And instead, we're going to get on back to punt, and Chase Peterson's back in the game.
I don't even believe we took a minute off the clock there, gentlemen.
No, it was about 50 seconds. And again, that's probably the problem with this hurry-up offense. It's you might tire out your defense by having him on the field the whole time. Low kick. He does get it off. Nice kick. Nice punt.
Oh,
And it's back all the way down to the 35-yard line.
well, you want to explain that to me there, Phil? He dropped the ball, caught the ball, picked it up, and went to run, and then they blew the play dead. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think Coach Krolick is asking the same question. There's no reason why that play should have been called dead.
No,
That is absolutely abysmal.
Well, it might have helped the Wolves there. Good
It
call,
certainly
good
did,
call or
so-
not, but there might have been a little bit of running room to his left, and this best defensive field position for the Wolves tonight.
So Sumner again running up the middle. Another long run coming. Some downfield blocking. Some good blocking by these Sumner wide receivers.
Flag down.
And
That might be an illegal block.
we have a flag
I
down
thought
at the
hands to
14.
the face as well. There was a lot going on there.
But that's a 55-yard run. So we do get push in the back against Sumner. That will be from a spot foul. So it'll negate a little bit of it, but we'll still be looking at a large gain. And that was number 7, Trey Weed again.
Yeah, back on that last play when it was called dead, I mean, if there's a new rule that I don't know about, I'd like to be told, because I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one myself. I think that was maybe an errant whistle on that punt or something, but so they gain wound up being 41-yard gain on the play after the penalty. Pitch out to the right side. And some good blocking again.
He was out of
He
bounds.
steps out of bounds at the 7-yard line. That's again number 5, Connor Weddington. So that'll be another Sumner first down. It'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line. You know, South Kitsap has got to shut out those outside runs. That's not helping us at all. So, and that kind of makes Sumner look good for next year too. If they have some junior running backs who are moving the ball. Pitch out to the left-hand side. That's Trey Weed, number 7, and he's in the end zone. Dives into the end zone from about 2 yards out. So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we struggled in the Narrows League. Welcome to the SPSL. It's a very, very tough league.
you know, I forget how many ranked teams South Kitsap has on their schedule this year, but I know it's a lot. And second week of the season, taking on number 2 after taking on number 5 is not an easy way to open the schedule. But you know, South Kitsap fans are into the game and try and cheer their team on. And again, anything can happen. We just need to.
I think
Put
Coach
something
Krolick described that to me today as taking Alabama on the first week, then something like LSU in the second week.
Not an easy way to open this league play. So Sumner set up for the extra point. Slow snap. Good job by the holder to get that snap up, and the point is good. So
I just want to see the boys keep their heads up. You never know if they can just get something on the board right here, right now. It just might boost their morale. I'm sure they're feeling a little bit down right now, and I'm sure the coaches are down there telling them, keep your heads up. Long way to go.
yeah, and coaches at this point are also trying to figure out, you know, what can they learn from their kids. What kids are up there trying, you know, still getting it all, you know, feel like they can do something. And you know, if there's somebody who looks like they're giving up, trying to motivate them to get on going. I mean, this is not a great way to start, and that's you know, that's just a fact. And all we can do at this point is try to put again one drive together and go from there.
How many rush yards do we have there, Mr. Pickard?
We have 154 already for Sumner Spartans, and well, let's just leave it at that.
So Sumner teeing up from the 40-yard line. South Kitsap is getting ready to receive, and again we have number 3 back there, I think, this time. Is it Connor Seaton, number 11?
Was there a penalty? Was there a penalty?
This is a low kick. This will be returnable. So Connor
Jimmy
got it.
Olmstead. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. There we go. I think that's probably our best field position so far.
So nice return.
Connor Seaton, was it?
That's Connor Seaton all the way up to 33. So starting on the right side of 30 is the best field position South has had this whole game.
I apologize. I thought that was Jimmy. Can't tell my 3s and my 5s.
So this looks like a run play off to the right-hand side. Almost broke through, but he did gain 5 yards. So nice run by Isaiah Davis, and 2nd and 5 is a good place to be for South Kitsap. So Sumner's got a big line, good size.
I think we have an official's timeout here.
South is ready to go. Good snap. Looks like a quick pass through the hands of number 13, Deshaun Keel. So it'll be 3rd and 5, long 5 yards. See if South can make a conversion here.
I know that number 13, Deshaun Keel, that Coach Karlik is very high on this young man. He's a wide receiver and a free safety, and he believes he's one to watch out for in the future. There we go. There's a nice catch.
This time, nice diving reception.
I believe that's a first down, Phil.
That's a first down for South. It's only the second one of the game, so and South is ready to go again. This is what we need to get this drive moving.
Thinking positive here there, Brian Pickard. I think you might have to get that pen going. We're going to have some yards here.
South is ready, 1st and 10 from the 36. Fumbled snap, picked up, and South will lose about 5 yards on that. Good job by Isaiah Davis to pick that up and try to make something out. Probably got a couple of yards to make a play.
Kind of a contradiction there. I mean, there was a fumble. He did a nice job of covering the fumble and picking it up and running with it. What's the difference from that and that kick that the Sumner Spartan dropped a little bit ago?
Sumner's.
Nice
yes,
catch.
that's a great catch. That's number 81, Quinn Ogan.
So that's about a 14-yard pickup. Looks like it'll be 3rd and about 1 for South Kitsap. And we are on the Sumner side of the field for the first time tonight.
Casey Ogan, who's one of our vice principals, is one of the coaches this year, so I'm sure he's a little bit excited. Obviously, he has to hold it in a little bit because his son caught that, but I'm sure deep down he's like, good job.
So 3rd and 1, let's see if we get a conversion. Run up the middle by Isaiah Davis. Off tack with the right-hand side, gains 4 yards. Another first down, South Kitsap.
He hit that line hard and did a little Marshawn Lynch-esque hop there and picked up a couple extra yards falling forward. Nice run.
So we're at the 42-yard line of Sumner right now. Quick pass out to Isaiah Bird on the right-hand side and gains about 5 yards. This is the offense we expect to see from South Kitsap.
Crowd are definitely back into the game.
One of the things this offense will do is wear you out if you're not in shape. So, if we can keep this a game, we'll see what happens as time moves on. 2nd and 5 for South. A little pitch out to, looks like Isaiah Davis again. And he gains about 5 yards. He's going to be right on that
Very
first down
close.
marker.
Half a yard short, maybe? No, he's
Nope,
given
he's
a
got
first
it.
down.
Another first down for South Kitsap. This is a great drive going. We have a timeout on the field. Timeout called by Sumner.
I was going to say, I think this might be a good time if we could have, sped it up a little bit, because I think Sumner's defense might be a little bit gassed out there. They're not used to this.
And that's one of the things that South is trying to do. Get people in gassed and get them tired and get them to make that mistake. Turn that 3-yard run into a 30-yard run. So, but definitely what our offense needed to do. Give the defense a break and move the ball down the field and show Sumner that we can move the ball on them.
Yeah, but if we could score on this drive, I think that also would inspire the defense as well.
The defense has been a bit poor, so hopefully we get kids with their heads up and get on out there and just go ahead and take care of business and stop Sumner on their next drive. But let's see if we can punch it in here.
I think we just keep on mixing it up with the passing and throwing here. The offense has been pretty balanced for the first game and a couple here. So
Man motion, quarterback throwing out to the right side. He's got somebody open 26 at the 20-yard line.
that tackle looked a little bit high.
So excellent catch. That was Matthew Burns, I believe, number 26.
I know you guys as longtime coaches and whatnot. These kids are not quitting. They are playing hard and they're going at it, and that's just a really great attribute. That's a well-coached team that demonstrates that. So, that was a tough catch and run by him that time, and here we go again.
This is a quarterback run all the way. Breaks on through. Gets some blocks. We're down at the 10-yard line. First down, South Kitsap.
Good job, Garrison. I love the way he's reading this right now. I actually like the way he was pretty calm on the last play as well. He was still looking downfield, and he obviously took it short. He's doing a good job right now. Maybe he's calmed down a little bit nervous, but he's getting it done.
Pitch out to left-hand side to Isaiah Davis, and he's in for a touchdown.
Nothing more than they deserve. Good job, gentlemen.
No, that's number 32. So that's Jeffrey Williams, the senior.
There we go.
There we
That's
go.
the sound we like to hear.
So South Kitsap put some points up on the board. 21-6. Nice balanced offensive attack. We have about 50 yards running for South Kitsap and 34 yards on the ground. I mean, through the air. So
Looks like they're going for two, Phil.
So the Wolves are going to go for 2.
So why not try to put it home? Man motion, and quarterback takes it on in and gets 2 points. So quarterback run up the
Nice
middle.
play.
Nice call. Everybody moving sideways. And now it's 2:48 left with South Kitsap 8 and Sumner 21. So we'll see if that fires up our defense.
I believe so. Is that right, Phil?
So see if South Kitsap defense can go ahead and hold them up and get the ball back for the offense and march on down again. So this will be South's first kickoff tonight. Lee, I know you've always had an interest in the kicking game because of your son's, former exploits here. Any idea how the kicking team's doing this year?
Well, I have a feeling that we will be going onside with this kick. I believe that the thinking from Coach Kralik is if we're going to probably give up some of the field position, we might as well try and give it up by trying to get the ball.
Well, I like that. I, had years I never kicked off. I went onside every time. Everybody knew it was coming. But, you know, just go ahead and try to stop it for the same reason. If you've got some speedsters in the down deep on you, why give it to the best player?
He's got Trey back there and Weddington back there, so we already know how those two are pretty fast, so I can't say I disagree with this at all.
I'd put it right off on this left-hand side here. There's only one Sumner player down here, so. Yep, onside kick. Goes 10 yards. Oh no. Lucky bounce picked up by number 2, Skylar Sandretsky from Sumner, and he brings it back 10 yards. Good play by South to make that tackle. Sometimes you get everybody on the wrong side of the ball, and
We were very close to recovering that. I thought we were going to get it, and that was a very good onside kick.
Sandretsky took the ball, carried it forward.
I like the call.
He was tackled
You know, if you're going to give up the field position, at least have a chance to get it. So, and I think it more of an unlucky bounce than anything for South. Lucky for Sumner.
So at the 36, 1st and 10 for the Spartans.
So Sumner coming around to this side. South Kitsap's getting on up, makes the play. Awesome job. That's number 31, I believe. JJ.
Yoda. He's actually currently the second leading tackler for South Kitsap.
You know, the first time we've been able to really stop Connor Weddington tonight. You know, trying to get around the end, and he only picks up about a yard. So we'll give that up. So you gotta love those ends getting up deep, make them turn inside. So we have a stop and play on the field. Officials have not signaled why. Official timeout for something, but and then they've restarted the clock. So anybody pick up on what was going on there? Because
Your guess is as good as mine, Phil. That's 2 now that I'm not too sure about here.
so pass play, no run play number 7. That's Trey Whittington again going off to the left-hand side, South Kitsap, and he gets the ball down to about the 18-yard line. So that's a gain of about 17 yards.
Nathan Marin pushed him out of bounds. It's a gain of 15 yards. That's
They got to stay with this. They got to just stay tough.
Sumner.
Yeah, we've got to stop giving up these large chunks of field every play, every other play, and put together something and stop them. So at 18, 1st and 10, Sumner. Let's see if we can stop him. Quick pass out, move, and a nice tackle. He kind of slipped on the field, lost his shoe. But it's only a gain of 3 for.
To Skylar Sandretsky.
He's the one who recovered the ball on that onside kick attempt.
I think here we just, I know it's stating the obvious, but we have got to stop them because we have proved that we can now score against them, so we can stop them here. And just at a most hold them to a field goal.
Well, we got to penetrate this offensive line because that's where we've gone. We are not going to stop. And that's number 5, Connor Weddington, in for the touchdown. That makes it 27-8. So basically just going off tackle and getting some big hauls. They have a very big line.
The right side tackle and guard they were just out there leading, and there was nothing but green in front of them. Those were road graders.
So again, we'll try. Sumner is lined up for extra point here, and it's up and it's good. So that'll make it 28-8. So we know our offense can go down and score. The question is, can we get defense to come up with a plan to stop these 2 fast running backs? And so far, it's been difficult. They've got a bunch of yards on the ground. I think they're probably close to 200 yards on the ground, and we still have 58 seconds left in the first quarter. So nice to see that the fans are still into the game, still cheering on their Wolves. And
Just an update with the stats. Sumner is running the ball down our throats. They've got 182 yards approximately rushing with only 9 yards passing. The Wolves that last series really cranked it up, and they have about 86 yards total offense, 52 on the ground and 34 in the air.
so we have Connor Seaton and Isaiah Bird back for this kickoff again. So Connor was able to get a nice return last time, so we'll see what happens this time. And Nick Phillips is getting ready to tee off the ball for Sumner. Let's get the ball placed pretty far over on the right-hand side of the field this time, so we'll see what kind of happens.
Let's hope we have a chance to return this and get some good field position and go right back to work and score against them.
So here comes the kick. Nope, it's again into the end zone, and you know, in high school, as soon as that ball crosses that plane, it's dead. So no chance to return it. So here comes South Kitsap's offense, and let's see if we can ride down their throats again. You know, it was a good job last time. Nice combination of short passes and runs, and I think that's what we got to keep doing. Obviously worked.
Keep that defense out there and keep tiring them. It might reflect. It might reflect, that's all. Let me try it.
So we have stoppage of play. And they're moving the ball over to the other side of the field. When you come on out like that, you do get a choice of where you want the ball on the field. So South takes over, they're ready for the snap. Man motion, it's Isaiah Bird. Hand off to Isaiah. And he will gain about 2 yards on that play, so on that carry, and we'll bring up 2nd and 8 for South Kitsap.
Doesn't look like our offensive line's penetrating there.
Yeah, you know, a lot of size on Sumner, but sometimes all you got to do is get in front of the right guy and just stop him from going where he needs to go. So another quick pass, and that's a pick. And that's Trey Weed, number 7, takes on in for Sumner. So that'll be a touchdown to Sumner, and that brings it to 34-8 with 22 seconds left in the first quarter.
This is getting ugly.
No, they looked like he had that read pretty well. I think we've probably went to that once too many times. And
I have to say, the good thing I'm liking right now is straight away, you know, obviously Glison's probably a little bit upset with the interception, but Coach Krolick was right over there just explaining to him, you know, what the situation is, what you might have done, what you should have done, et cetera, remaining positive, still coaching the kids even with the scoreline the way it is. I think that's a great job on the coach's part.
yeah, it's 22 seconds left in this first quarter, and it's 35-8. Again, it's one of the things where at this point we just need to put together another drive and see where we can go from there. So we'll see what happens. We're waiting for teams to come out for the kick. So this is so far a long night for South Kitsap, where their defense has been on the field quite a bit. You know, time of possession is definitely in Sumner's favor. But hopefully, we sit here and put together another drive. It's just the first quarter. We can see where things go. Here comes South Kitsap out for the kickoff. Again, we have Connor Seaton and Isaiah Bird. And Nick Phillips getting ready to kick off for Sumner.
I believe was it Jeffrey Williams who was our touchdown?
Yeah.
Again, he's the third leading tackler on this team, so we have the talent. I don't know if the boys right now are believing in their ability.
Actually, it's number 81, Quinn Hogan back, not Isaiah Bird for South Kitsap.
Waiting for kickoff by Mr. Phillips.
So waiting for the kickoff. This one, they let it go into the end zone. It was returnable, but made the choice, and I guess you're going to start returning from the 5. Probably better to start at 20.
I agree.
You don't want to make any mistakes.
Sadly, right now, being on the 20-yard line is pretty good field position, so we need all the help we can get here.
Yeah. So SK is sitting here, 1st and 10 from the 20. Man motion. Quarterback run up the middle. And he gains nothing, but there is a flag on the play.
I'm going to say that's roughing the passer.
And then if he's a runner, but I think they might have done something right at the end there that
There is a penalty flag down the field.
got him. Personal foul, face mask. So right at the end, I think somebody took a step or something and couldn't really see it in that crowd of bodies. But that helps South Kitsap.
And thank you for correcting me. You're correct there, Phil, saying he was the runner.
So it's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. That'll bring the ball.
One of those things when you have high school and college, you got a lot of these running quarterbacks, and I think it makes it real hard for some of these officials sometimes if they're are they throwing, are they running, where does it come on in? But at that point, he was certainly running.
I like it.
Nice handoff inside.
Very nice play.
That was number 20, Christian Blue, sophomore, getting the handoff inside. And that's 10-yard gain and another South Kitsap first down. So here we go.
So as we were saying earlier, they proved they can actually move the ball when they execute things, especially when our line start pushing.
So that's the end of the first quarter with score 35-8 in favor of Sumner. So what do you guys think we need to change? Obviously, offensively, we can move the ball.
I don't know whether we speed it up a little bit, Phil. I mean, at the end of the day, you have nothing to lose at this point. With 35-8 down here, so if we can keep that defense on the field, and who's to say at this point that Sumner not probably using some of their second and third string guys as well? You know, they certainly have that opportunity to go ahead and throw those people in.
I think you got to just keep coaching up the defense and tell them get low, and those big road graders for Sumner, and you just got to get lower than them, create a pile, and let your backers or even your DBs make some of those tackles, contain them, keep them in the middle, and we got to stop them. I don't think we've stopped them on a drive yet, but I know they can do it, and you just got to keep coaching and keep telling them and convincing them that they can do this, because again, we can score with the big boys. It's just that stopping part that's so important that we're struggling with. We struggled with it last week, and here again in the first quarter, I don't think they've stopped them on a drive yet, but hey, here's to the second quarters for doing just that.
So South will start the second quarter on their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10, coming down towards the south end of the stadium.
So 1st and 10 from the 45 to start the second quarter.
Another inside handoff. Nice run by South Kitsap. Picks up 6 yards.
Looks like he was hit by number 8 there to start that off, and that's Ben Wilson. And this young man is considered to be the best, if not the best, linebacker in the state. As a sophomore, he led the state in tackles, and he was an all-state player last year. So
you get
again,
offense,
stacked
defense.
up. Yeah.
Just completely stacked, you know. It's another quick pass out to Isaiah Bird. Makes some moves. All right, he gets another South Kitsap first down. So again, South Kitsap is on the Sumner side. Well, I'm not sure what they're marking to. Maybe just, nope, they are giving first down. Okay. So again, able to move the ball on offense. We're on Sumner's side of the field. These short passes, intermediate passes, and some quick runs seem to be the ticket here. Another quick pass to Isaiah Bird. That play was well read by Sumner. They had a lot of people in that area, so.
There also seemed to be a little bit of confusion on our offense there. Not sure who was supposed to get the ball.
So we got 2nd and 10. One thing about South is better announce stuff quickly because they're ready to snap the ball again. The whole line, the whole entire offense is up getting to play right now. So hand off to number 34, Isaiah Davis. He breaks it outside and then takes it on up and gets about 4 yards. Brings up a makeable third down again, 3rd and about 6.
I'd have to say, I think it's probably at this stage, it's probably even 4th down territory.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. You're not going to gain anything by a punt here, so you got 2 downs to get 6 yards. So, and you haven't stopped Sumner yet. You might as well take your chances. So another run up middle, oh nice hit by Sumner. Linebacker came on up.
That was number 8 right there, Ben Wilson.
So he's 6'2", 220 pounds, and I think we felt all of that play. So 4th and 6, the Wolves are going to go for it. Again, nothing really to lose. Might as well go for it, see what happens. Quarterback run. Oh, Garrison does a great job, but he's going to come up just a little bit short.
I think this might go against Sumner.
So we'll have to see what this penalty is. Waiting for the call from the officials.
Chop block.
Chop block, South Kitsap. So I think Sumner will decline that and take the ball.
And as we all know, the chop block has been completely ruled out, even in the NFL now, so for good reason.
Yeah, it's one of those rules I don't think a whole lot of people disagreed with because, you're getting people hurt for no real reason. So Sumner will take over on downs, their own 35-yard line.
Well, we got 9:44 left here. It's a long way to go in this second quarter. We got to do everything to hold these.
So another run up the middle for Sumner. Gain of about 8 yards. And that's
I got to say, I think it's a good thing that number 5 there, Connor Weddington, actually ran into his own player. Otherwise, I think he might have gone.
So South is definitely having trouble filling some of these holes. Don't know if Sumner is just a little bit stronger up on the front line. I mean, they are playing some kids who are, 6'7", 6'6" up there. So they definitely have some size up there.
Here we go. Here's one of the things that Coach Kolak was talking to me of today. He says they split Weddington out wide a lot as well.
So deep pass. Pass intended for Weddington, but
Well, that was intended for Weddington, and it looked like Jimmy Olmstead almost picked that off.
we certainly could use a turnover and see what's going on. So we have 3rd and 3. Be good to see if South can stop them here. I'd be looking
Would
for
you,
another run play.
Even if you didn't get stopped, would you punt it? I didn't think so.
No. It depends a little bit what happened here, but no. So that's
like
a run up the middle for 4 yards.
I'm not sure. if
We got a
Phil
flag
Nenninger-
on the play, Phil.
I'm not sure if Phil Nenninger team ever punted.
Again, you have to have a real good punter at the younger ages, and even at this high school age.
I'm hoping this is not a personal foul against us.
You know, if you don't have a real good punter, you just give the ball to their best player, and I'm not a big believer in that.
So again, 4 yards
We're still waiting for the call from the officials, so
as we wait for the officials.
no, it's a 15-yard dead ball personal foul against.
Still be a first down,
Sumner.
but at least they're being backed up.
Yeah, they'll be, because it happened after the play and they had gotten the first down. It'll be 1st and 10, but you know, again, we're back down to the 31-yard line, so it gives South a chance to stop them. This is probably about as deep as Sumner's been in their own territory to start, or in a drive.
Our defense needs to get a stop just to instill some sort of confidence in them.
So pitch out to Weddington.
They did a nice job of forcing the pitch, but they've got to get a linebacker or a corner coming up hard to getting that running back.
Yeah, it's gained about 6 yards, 7 yards on that play, so.
It's the key to stopping that option is you force the pitch and you cover the back.
So Sumner's got 2nd and 4 pass play coming up. He's going deep. It's out of bounds, so that's a incomplete pass.
It's pretty good coverage.
South did a great job covering that ball. I think if it's inbounds, we might have had a pick. So that was intended for Ben Wilson from Sumner, and great coverage.
I kind of
Good
question,
DeAndre Davis.
given the score, throwing a ball deep, but you know, you got to mix it up and you got to let the boys play.
I'm all about this is 4A high school football. Nicely
Nice
done.
tackle.
I think it's a first down, but good job there.
That was J.J. Leota on the tackle, and I don't know if they're giving it to him or not.
No, they're not.
No, it's going to be 4th down for
I think they're going to
Sumner.
go for it.
Well, here's South's chance. They give the ball on the 40. There's a stop here, so
Again, you know, the crowd is still in it. You can still hear the
yeah.
kids down there giving it everything they've got.
So it's an inside handoff, and he's going to gain about 3 yards, so they do pick up the first down.
I have to say, I think this might be Sumner's longest offensive possession.
I agree. They were,
It's been 2 minutes now.
and they're not running all over us. I mean, we're making tackles, so maybe we've made some changes and getting some kids in the right position. So I see a lot of Sumner starters, not all of them in there. So inside handoff. Again, nice tackle by J.J. Leota. It's 8 yards. That was to Connor Weddington, but definitely a nice play by the linebacker there. So it looks like it's 2nd and 3.
Well, we got our fans out there saying, I believe that we will win, so let's hope that they can give some positive voodoo for ourselves
So
here.
quick pass play out to the left-hand side, and that's to number 2, Skylar Sandretsky. And that picks up about 5 yards. So that'll be Sumner first down. We have a timeout on the field, I think, to move the chains. So
The ball at the 45-yard line, and that's good for a first down for Sumner.
Sumner ready to go, 1st and 10 from our 45-yard line. Roll out, it's another pass play. It's a deep pass, and it is caught to number 6, and he's down the sidelines. That's Tyson Rainwater, senior. And that's a pickup of about 30 yards.
He's had a couple of catches tonight, Phil, and I have to say that not much was really mentioned about him, but I guess it's one of those, if you're going to throw it and beat with other players, he's not a bad-looking player.
No, he showed a little bit of power on that after he had to catch, too. So, and then we have another pass coming back on in. That's to number 6. That's, again, Tyson Rainwater. So
And it wasn't a particularly good pass. That was actually quite a good catch. It was thrown low. And, showing his ability with the Stanford coach here today, no better time to be doing it than now.
Yep, he picked up 7 yards on that, too. So it'll be a 2nd and 3 from the 10-yard line. Down the far end of the field from us. So there's a run inside, and that is going to be Connor Weddington, and he's going to score again. So
Luke Ross, who's the quarterback for Spartans, doesn't have to do too much, but he's got a line like that, and receivers and the running backs he has. He happens to be actually the head coach's son, so I'm sure he's feeling happy about how his son's going ahead and commanding the game out there amongst the rest of his teammates.
you know, and again, another junior. So you know, against Sumner to be strong next year too, because he certainly knows the offense well. And they're lined up for the extra point. That's Nick Phillips, and that's good. So with 6:03 left in the second quarter, it's Sumner 42 and South Kitsap 8. So we just defensively don't seem to be able to stop them. They're not doing anything super special. They're running it down our guts, and some passes to the outside, but nothing.
Where does it stop? Because there's going to be a lot of folks out there who think that Sumner should stop scoring, or at the end of the day, you have to play the game, and even if they stick their second and third string guys out there, if they're running the ball, you can't tell them just to take a knee every time.
No, you need to. This is 4A high school football. You need to play the game, and that's you look at these scores, and people look at them, and the rankings are based sometimes on the scores and how people have done against similar teams. So you really can't blame them. It's the way the system's set up. So.
Well, the Sumner Spartans, they've rolled off about 268 yards total offense, 222 of that on the ground, and the South Kitsap Wolves are about 114. Pretty balanced, 75 yards running and about 39 passing.
So, last two drives for South Kitsap have gone places. So it'd be nice to see us take some time off the clock and get another drive out of this. We'll get the kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 2. And brought up over the 20-yard line.
Not a bad return, probably a return of about 22 yards.
Yep, and that's Connor Seaton, the senior, returning. So South will start on the 24-yard line, which, you hate to say, but that's one of their better starting positions.
Returns it for
Just got a text from my daughter, Whitney, and she's telling me that there are 43 people out there watching us on YouTube. Hey, call a friend, text a friend, get some more. We want to get it up over 100 viewers tonight.
So that play is stuffed. Actually, a nice run. Tried to one side, couldn't get through it. Bounced on out, hit the other side, but just no space there for the running back on that play. So, and that I believe that was Isaiah Davis too. So we have second and about 9. So gain a little bit. Pass play coming up, and it's overthrown to Isaiah Bird. So, now we're down to 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and I would say if they don't get anything out of this field, they probably will punt the ball. Respectfully, if they're going to score, they're going to have to make it a little bit more difficult than just going in from the 25.
I agree. So we have a pass play coming on up. And it's to Isaiah Bird, just a little bit too high. Not a bad pass. And South Kitsap, I believe, will get out ready to punt.
I think from my position anyway, it looks like the Spartans here, they know what's coming. They know that they're going to be throwing the ball, and we just can't get it off quick enough.
Flag on the play, stop at the time.
You know, I bet you Coach right now wishes he had alumni Aaron Ladeau, Lee, your son, who's now in his senior year, who is punting, and I understand last game he was averaging just over 48 yards a punt.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job. Unfortunately, suffered a
He's
similar
playing at
score.
Minot State, right?
Yes, he is.
We're proud of him, and both as a kid, as a person, young man, and as a player. He's having a good year.
Well, South Kitsap gets off a nice punt. That's takes a great South Kitsap bounce, but number 5 picks it up, makes some moves, and he's takes him back out to the house. So that's Connor Wellington.
That, I'm sorry, Philly, that just can't happen. I mean, he's catching that ball right in front of our player, and
I think you
I'm
call
right
that
now I'm a little bit
man
speechless
among
on that.
boys there, gentlemen. He's a special talent. It's nice to see that or hear that he's going to be in state, but right now I wish he was over at UW, not here.
I have to say I agree with you right there, Brian. He's obviously a good player. And again, with respect to our own players, I would like to see him maybe playing against a little bit of stiffer competition to see how good he is then. But I guess if he's committed already to UW, they've seen him play against other quality teams.
So that was an unfortunate turn of events that really looked like that was going to be a great punt. We were going to change some field position, and he picked it up on the 2nd or 3rd bounce. And
It's almost like he just decided I didn't think he was going to pick it up, and then it's like he just said, you know what? I don't have to worry. I can take this.
And the point is good, so that was 4:53 left in the first half. Makes the score 49-8. So
The way Weddington's going tonight, I can see him putting on 400 yards, all-purpose. if we're not
yard.
careful.
He's having a game. So nice to see our fans are still still in here, still cheering on their Wolves, and certainly makes for a long night when you have a score like this.
It's going to be tough, and I'm not trying to make any excuses. We still have a lot of young players up there, and now with 9th graders coming up to the high school and the 2 junior highs coming up next year, I think, to be honest with you, it's going to be a big help, especially as far as the weight room side of it's concerned.
Well, we get a lot of. If you look at the different teams, I see some playing a lot of people both ways, especially to start the game. Trey Williams, Connor Weddington, Ben Wilson. I've seen them on both sides of the ball, to name a few. And, you know, it's a different philosophy. We kind of have our offense and our defense and play very few both ways.
Well, I know that Coach Kralik has said that last year that they just weren't ready to compete, you know, physically and whatnot, and that's typical sometimes of change in coaching and whatnot. If they don't have somebody right there, you know, encouraging them into the weight room, conditioning and all that, and I think that didn't help them last year. But they had a year to you know, get those boys focused and whatnot, and I think it shows. I mean, it's tough to gauge when you're playing number 2 and number 5 teams ranked in the state. And yet there are signs there that things are building. You just got to hope that these kids can keep their confidence going, and I'm confident this coaching staff can do just that. Tough way to start any season, but keep plugging away, and we'll keep seeing good things, and the kids will grow and learn.
You know, and I agree. The kids are out here, they're still playing, they're still fighting for it, so that's always a good sign. South with a run up the middle, that's Isaiah Davis. He's going to pick up 5 yards. Real tough yards right up the middle for him. So, and again, we were able to move the ball on the number 2 team and score, and nothing says we can't do that again. We've shown we can move the ball.
And there's a lot of belief in these kids as well. I think we have something like, you know, 15 coaches, and I don't know of any time South Kitsap having 15 coaches. So there's a lot of commitment down there for these kids.
So another handoff. This one's going to go outside. That's number 20. And that's Christian Blue again. Got a carry, and he's going to pick up some yards. So
That young man is fearless.
Especially at 130 pounds.
130 pounds, soaking wet maybe, with full gear. He's not a real big guy, but man, he runs like he's about 200 pounds. He just gets in there and mixes it up.
So we have 3rd and a long 2. See if South Kitsap can make the 30-yard line for first down. Inside handoff, and we are going to get there right at the 30, but he's getting the first down.
Yeah, I think I would go for it here on 4th
That
down.
carry was by Christian Blue.
So that's Christian Blue fighting for
first
it.
down.
Was tackled by Oakjoy and Sandretsky, but not before he picks up enough for a first down for the Wolves.
So again, Wolves moving the ball, putting together a little bit of a drive here. See if we get another first down and keep Sumner off the field. At least their offense.
So from the 30, 1st and 10.
Another inside handoff. This one's stuffed by Sumner. I think I saw that one coming.
Carry
So, and that's
to meet him for Sumner. Stomping Logan Mayer, number 72.
so we have 2nd and 10 for South Kitsap.
2nd down and 10.
Quarterback is takes it right up the middle. Had a big hole, but boy, Sumner's got some speed out there. They closed that down quickly. Winds up picking up 1 or 2 yards, but read option there for the quarterback, and he held on to it. And boy, it looked like it was going to be a big gainer. So we have 3rd and about 9 yards for South Kitsap. Man motion, everything's going to the right. Ooh. Quarterback got hit as he threw. Pass is incomplete. But
We're going to punt here.
Good coverage by number 22.
it stops the clock with 2:17 left. And we are going to punt. And we have some different people deep for Sumner. It's Tyson Rainwater and Skylar Sandretsky. So I'm curious if Connor Weddington's night is done. Guess we'll see. So Sumner calls timeout.
And there was a timeout taken.
Kind of a waste of a timeout. I guess it's not going to make too much of a difference in the first half here, but, you're down to 1, so.
Well, I just got informed we're all the way up to 45 viewers on YouTube, Phil. I wonder if a couple of them are maybe in Montana area and one maybe all the way in Africa. I'm speaking to Phil's kids. One of them in the Peace Corps in Africa. You think he's tuned in tonight?
He does not get reception usually, unless he's in the city. So, but
dang it! I was going to say we have a viewer in Africa.
We
Let's
will
just
be-
say that he is because it sounds good.
we will be watching the next 2 weeks, though. The next home game, we are going to go see him, so we'll be in the major cities. So we'll be listening to you all in the next one. So South Kitsap punts, nice high punt, fair catch called, and that's definitely a better job of
Excellent punt coverage, and let's get this defense fired up and get a stop. I think that would be great going into halftime with a good defensive stop.
So about 30-yard punt with no return, and again a lot better than what we had happen to us. So
It's going to be interesting to see how the scoring does actually materialize, being that this is Kralik alma mater as well, and I know he knows a few guys over there, so I don't know. Maybe he'll tell them to slow down, and maybe he won't.
well, that's a pass out to Trey Weed, and that's going to pick up about 14 yards or so. So the ball's right about midfield. So I always, you can't blame him for playing at least the first half.
No, he certainly got his starter still out there.
Yep. And I think if they can put points on the board, they're going to. So under 2 minutes left in the half. And I do see Connor Winnington out there, so wasn't out for the kickoff, but
Here he goes.
strong young man. He's going to gain 10 yards on that play right up the middle. So that's another first down.
That will be a first down for Sumner.
South Kitsap making some substitutions here.
Kenny Staffney and DeAndre Davis.
Well, one of our coaches down there believed that we'd go no less than 8-2 this season, and I'm sure that was just being positive, maybe a little bit optimistic, etc. So hopefully these are going to be the only 2 that we happen to.
Oh, there's a pass up the middle
lose.
caught. And a
I think
dive.
he's in.
That reception from Ross was made by Tyson Rainwater.
And he is in.
But he was pushed out of bounds.
Is that Tyson
That-
Rainwater again?
Well, no, they're saying he's pushed out of bounds now at 2-yard line, looks like. It's hard to say. We really have not gotten a signal from the officials. I see one over at the 2, so.
So that's a touchdown.
No, that is a touchdown.
Yeah, I saw the one right on the line, and he put the 2 arms up, indicating the touchdown.
So that was Tyson Rainwater scoring. So
So that's
that took
Tyson Rainwater with the touchdown. for the
just about a minute.
Spartans. Phillips in.
So,
Sandretsky to hold.
and we have the extra point coming.
I'd be interested to know right now what is the highest points that have ever been scored against South Kitsap, because this is not looking good right here.
No, with 1 minute left in the first half, it's 56-8, Sumner. So,
If anybody could look at them stats, that would be very helpful.
but, I think we're going to have a lot of records set on this new field. It's a beautiful, beautiful surface to play on.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there, Phil. I just wish we were setting the records tonight.
Exactly. It'd be, but
Well, they added this summer, they've added the new visitor stands, which up until this year consisted of a couple of rickety old bleacher sets, but they put a real nice system to welcome our guests. We'll be able to be hosting, I hope in the near future, some playoff games here. It's a great field to have, and it would also be a revenue source that can help for all of our kids, not just playing football, but all the sports and activities.
So we're getting ready for the kickoff again. This Sumner kicker is getting a lot of work tonight. I think this is the 8th time he's kicked off. Put most of them into the end zone, all but 2. So let's see if we get a return out of this.
It's going to be hard to handle that.
So Connor Seaton's got it, he's picked it up. And they say it's a touchback, so.
I think we're actually very fortunate there. I think if he actually would have picked that up and come out, I don't think he gets past the 5-yard line.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good play. He did touch it in the field of play, so some time did run off the clock, which is beneficial to us getting in. I think at this point, Coach want to get into the locker room, talk to these young men, and see if there's something we can do different to stop them on defense. Because again, being able to move it. So there's Isaiah Davis, number 34. He's going to go on up and gain 5 yards. So
he is certainly driven back there by Ben Wilson. He is a strong young man. 6'2", 220 pounds, and he looks all of it even from up here.
Has he made a commitment someplace yet, or?
Not to my knowledge, and I believe he's only a junior right now, and like I said earlier, he's considered to be the best linebacker in the state.
So tries the left-hand side line, Isaiah Davis does, and bounces out to the right, and there's just nothing there. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
Looks like a young Luke Keachley, doesn't he?
3rd down and 5.
So that's the end of the first half. It has been all Sumner football, really. We had South Puget Sound got one good drive, and other than that, it's I don't believe we've been able to stop Sumner on defense. So
It's a case of now, what do you say to the boys when you get back in the locker room? I mean, you got to somehow keep them inspired, want to actually come out and play in the second half.
well, you got that, and you as a coach, it's kind of your job to figure out, okay, where are we getting hurt? So let's figure out what we can do to stop it. It is a score of 56-8 in favor of Sumner. And
I think what you do is you go in there and say, boys, it's a new half. It's 0-0. Let's win the second half.
exactly, it's try to get what you can. It is the second game of the season. Let's learn what we can. Go on from here, and and hopefully get something positive out of this. And now for your halftime entertainment, here's some of the best work produced last year by members of the high school video program.
See that? Oh, you don't? This is how a lot of people look at bus stops early in the morning. Even a simple cell phone flashlight could save your life. Add bright clothes and reflective surfaces, and it's even better. Protect yourself and others. Be seen, be safe.
It is an uncomfortable topic for many.
A 13-year-old girl took her own life over the weekend.
And a Fairfield Township family is struggling for answers tonight after the untimely death of their daughter.
A tragic story, a teenage girl who took her own life last year.
With reports the teen committed suicide.
Took his own life, the death of a 15-year-old student who killed herself.
It is a nationwide problem when you have heard more and more about.
In a beautiful world.
A year ago today, I was hospitalized for the first time regarding my mental health. This was due to some unfortunate life circumstances as well as some ineffective methods of self-medication, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, just general reckless behavior. And unfortunately, even though it was the first time, it wasn't going to be the last either. I was admitted several more times throughout 2015, and it was all just a part of the long road to recovery. During this time, I was essentially outcasted from receiving proper care, and when I finally did get treatment, you could probably argue that it wasn't up to par with what it should have been. There really isn't an excuse for this anymore. These feelings and these outcomes are completely preventable, so why aren't we making people feel that way? This isn't an issue that's strictly regarding one demographic. This can affect anyone at any time. It doesn't matter your age, your race, what sex you are, what gender you identify with, what you sexually prefer. This problem has become prevalent enough, so it really doesn't make sense as to why we receive the most attention when we're a number being added to a death toll rather than when we're living, breathing human beings. So, what do we do about it? In the hospital, for obvious reasons, you're not allowed to have shoelaces, drawstrings, jewelry, etc. To keep your shoes bound to your feet, the only alternative was to zip tie them. What I'm proposing is that we all do it. I haven't stopped since I left. It's a great and easy way to raise awareness for a more than worthy cause, and the first step to solving this problem is acknowledging that there is one. The truth of the matter, whether you believe it or not, is that we're all essential in our own way. We all belong here. And I think it's time we move past the days we've spent convincing ourselves otherwise. We make up the necessary words that fill in the pages of quite possibly the greatest story ever told, the one of our existence. So don't sell yourself short, because without you, it would only ever always be incomplete. We are not a statistic, we are human beings. And it's time we start being treated like it.
I wish I was special.
Dude, that girl left $20. You're just gonna take her money? What, you wanna split it? No, of course not. Whatever. Dude, that girl left $20. You're just gonna take her money? What, you wanna split it? No, of course not. Natalie, I think you'd drop this.
Thank you.
It was an absolute shock to the entire family.
I just remember thinking, wow, this can happen to anybody.
And it was a very, very rough and emotional night, as you could imagine. And we thought we'd never wish this upon anybody else that we knew or didn't know, that this was something that we were meant to deal with.
Chemo was awful. It was every other week, and when she got her treatment, it took about 3 hours, and they called it the infusion room. It was almost like something out of world.
It can reduce you down to a mere shadow of yourself, and Tori got to that point. And chemo itself is not the same for every treatment for every cancer, but it's really brutal to watch your loved ones go through something like this.
But she would be sick for no less than 3 days, and sometimes up to 5 days from the chemo, and then start all over again. She'd have about a week of feeling fine, and then she'd go right back and get another treatment and start over again. I think she went 18 straight days with radiation, and after that, it was just a matter of kind of wait. Financially, I can't even describe the feeling of thinking, oh my gosh, how is this ever going to be paid for?
Pennies for Patients and these kinds of programs help people in that situation. The $30,000 we thought we were going to owe just disappeared. We have no idea to this day how that happened. This money goes directly to research and diagnosis and treatment of cancer, or it goes right to the patients to help them defer cost.
Her cancer was cleared July 2nd, 2014, so she's a little bit over a year clean.
But there isn't a day that goes by that we don't feel like we're blessed. And so we are not out of the woods. We still need to fight cancer best we can, tooth and nail, because every one of us will be affected by cancer at some part in our life. But here's what I'm telling you right now. If you can step up South Kitsap and you can get it above $3,000, I will, at the next assembly, cut all of this off.
What's up, guys? Connor Castaneda here, aka Adaptive Effects. So I've been beatboxing for just over 2 years now, and 2 years ago my friend sent me a link to a video, and it was just the coolest thing I'd ever heard in my entire life. Beatboxing itself is really impressive what you can do with the human mouth. So not only do I have a YouTube channel where I go and show off my beatboxing, but I also, do it at school, and I also do it at live events sometimes. There is a grand beatbox battle that is hosted every single year. As a beatboxer, I want to travel to Europe, which is where it's held every year, and meet other beatboxers, collaborate, and then maybe 10 years from now potentially be a contestant. Boxing really defines who I am. I wouldn't be where I am today, I wouldn't have the friends that I have today, I wouldn't have grown so much over the years without this helping me along the way. I beatbox every single day, whether I'm making YouTube videos or watching TV, waiting for commercials to pass by, whether I'm playing video games, doesn't matter. Being a beatboxer, you feel like people don't acknowledge the fact that beatboxing is music, but beatboxing isn't just about making noises with your mouth. It is music, and it's unique to each and every one of us.
And go.
So due to technical difficulties, we cannot get the player to operate up here. So it's up to you, Dan's team, to come up with something for these fans. South Kitsap High School dance team. We apologize for the technical difficulties. So in other action tonight, around the peninsula, the final score between North Kitsap and Central Kitsap, North Kitsap 34, Central Kitsap 13. The Olympic Trojans are up on Bainbridge 7-0 at halftime. And the halftime score for the Wilson up 21-0 on Bremerton.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We're just about ready for the second half. I'm Lee Legault, and with me in the booth still tonight is Phil Nenninger and Brian Pickard. We were just discussing ourselves up here. How do you motivate the players to, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but even come back out on the field, because they must be feeling pretty down right now with the scoreline at 56-8, and that's a big scoreline. But you know, hopefully the coaches were in there and inspired them a bit, just to fight and keep on working hard, and who knows what can happen. I'm not saying we're going to win this by any stretch, but I believe that we can still put some points on the board. Phil, what do you think?
You know, it comes down to our defense. I think if we can get our defense to make some stops, then, you know, I think we can absolutely get the offense going and get some points, and that would be a victory. You know, at this point, you kind of use this game as a coach. If you can do something to learn from these kids, help these kids learn from this, then that's what you do. So we do have some halftime stats going, and we're going to turn over to Brian Pickard for the stats.
Yes, we do. And before I get to the stats, I just want to add into Lee's question is, I think you just say, hey, here's a series. Let's go out and win this series. And you build on that. It's like anything else. You build that foundation, you build up. Because that's all you can do. I mean, Sumner's got a quality program, got some incredible athletes. They're rolling. So go out, win that play, win that series, win that quarter. It's a new ball game. It's 0-0. Let's go after it. Anyway, our stats. South Kitsap put up, and these stats are unofficial. We're keeping track up here in the booth the best we can. But it looks like they have about 128 yards of total offense that supported that 8 points. About 90 of that is on the ground. The Spartans, on the other hand, with their 55 points, have about 342 yards of total offense. And you might think that, well, gee, they really should have more than that. Well, they've had some short fields, and when you get the ball on the 30-yard line and run it in, you only pick up those 30 yards. So they are strong in the run at a little over 240 yards and right about the century mark for passing at about 100. So that kind of tells it like it is. I think it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it's what you got. I mean, you have a system here, a program that's been in play now for a while, and kids who have learned the system. South Kitsap is on their second system in the last 7 or 8 years, and it's just what we have. The kids have to learn the new system, and that does take some time. I mean, even the pros, they talk about when you get a new offensive system in, the first year is a learning year for everybody. So we're starting to get beyond that, but hopefully we can take this game and learn something. One thing we will have in the second half is there will be a running clock when there's more than a 40-point differential at halftime. The clock only stops for touchdowns and timeouts.
Before we kick off here, I want to just do a quick, again, we talk about some of our former players and things. And Lee, your oldest son, Leon, he's now a graduate assistant and coaching at the college level, but he had an interesting summer. Give us a little rundown there. He got to play a little professional ball in Germany.
Yes, he went over to Frankfurt. He played some semi-professional ball out there, and he said they were treated like rock stars out there. It was Frankfurt Universe, and as it stands right now, they're nearing to the playoffs, and they are in the mix of things. So I know that he's happy to be back in coaching, but I also know he had such a great time out there. He'd still like to be out there with his buddies playing over there. So.
Well, it's a tribute to him to come back, and he's working on his master's, I know, and all that. But be sure to pass on our congratulations to him. We're real proud of him, and we love to track what all our boys, all our kids, all our girls are doing. And here we go for the second half kickoff.
Thank you.
South Kitsap kicks off for the second time tonight. The ball is muffed by Sumner, and it's brought out to the 25-yard line. So Sumner will start at the 25, their own 25-yard line. I believe that is their worst starting position of the night.
On the 25-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Sumner. You can see, South hasn't been able to stop him. Let's see if we can tonight. It's the ball up the middle. See some cleaner uniforms out there for Sumner, and that's number 32, and that's Camden Russell, and he's a sophomore for Sumner, taking the ball up the middle.
It does look like they've changed a lot of their personnel. Another thing we discussed at halftime, would he do that? And it's obvious that he has. The only person I can see so far that's still in there is the quarterback. And again, I don't know if that's because it's the coach's son or they don't have a quarterback with the depth. Who knows? I can't imagine that they don't.
So again, another run up the middle. Picks up 4 yards, and that'll bring up a third and a long one, short 2 yards to go.
And this right here is when South has got to now step up. They know that the starters or some are not out there, so they've got to step up here. They just have to.
We need to get the stop. It's 3rd and 1, anticipating a run here. There it is, and there is the stop. I believe he is short. No, they're giving it to him.
That's a really very, very friendly spot there.
Well, even when he's standing for the spot, it looks like he's on the wrong side of the down marker. So I don't know about that one, but it's 1st and 10. So I think we're going to see a lot of running here from Sumner, and it's really about the best you can do when you're a coach on the other sideline. So shows a lot of class. But another run play that's going on outside. That's number 24, and that's Cameron Waterman.
I think the tackle was made by number 6, junior Nathan Marin. He was actually a second-team All-Narrows League player last year, and he is currently the leading tackler of the Wolves. Last week against Grand Cabas, he had 9.5 tackles. So he's a bit of a workhorse.
Don't know if you really want your strong safety to be your leading tackler. That means they're getting to the secondary, but definitely great to have someone like them out there. Pitch out here, coming out outside to the right, and he is grabbed from behind. Nice tackle, did not let go. So I believe that was Bostic carrying for Sumner. Picks up about 3 yards and then dragged down by South Kitsap. So we have a 3rd and 4.
So Phil, I saw him grab his shirt there. I'm probably comparing here apples and oranges, I guess, but I know in the NFL, I don't think you're allowed to do that now, are you?
Well, I think as long as he had to, looked to me like he had the back of the shirt, not up at the neck. So I'm not sure. You can't do it either way. There's a fumble.
There you go.
South
That is
Kitsap
definitely a
picks it
fumble.
up, and it's all South Kitsap players there.
Nicely done.
That's number 24, DeAndre Davis, in for the touchdown.
Hey, let me tell you something about DeAndre Davis. That is actually a freshman who was the brother of Isaiah Davis, and Coach Crawlett feels he is possibly their best corner.
Earlier in the first half, I was talking about how to defend that pitch play, and the Wolves did it textbook. They forced the pitch. They had someone in the face of the pitch man, and the ball went on the ground. They picked it up and they scored. That was textbook on how to defend that option play.
So South Kitsap's actually going to kick. They went for 2 the first time, made it. Now it's set up for the extra point. And that's number 16, which is Chase Peterson, the freshman. They're missing one. They only have 10 players out there. South's going to have to call timeout or take the penalty. We're running somebody out on.
Actually, Phil, they had 9. Now they got 11. Here we go.
So the kick is up. The kick is good. And it's 56-15.
And that's a great positive start for the defense there. Just go back to DeAndre Davis. Recently, DeAndre, he just competed in the Junior Olympics down there in Sacramento. And he competed in the triple jump, the 200-meter hurdles, and the pentathlon, finishing 2nd in the nation.
Wow,
So
that's incredible.
He's only a freshman. He's obviously someone to be looking out for. And my understanding is his best sport is wrestling. So you know that Mr. Chad Nass is going to be something happy about that.
Yeah, that's those wrestlers are usually strong, quick-minded people. So
I think you should know that, Phil. Christopher Nenninger was a pretty damn good wrestler himself, wasn't he?
He was. He went to state and he enjoyed wrestling and would have continued on if it wasn't for the fact that you had to not eat very much. So he liked to eat, and he liked the football part of it because he could eat whatever he wanted. When he get to wrestling, he in order to keep weight had its.
I know he liked to eat. He used to come to my house and eat me out.
I was just going to say that too. If we needed the refrigerator called, we cleaned out. We called Chris. So that was great. Great young man, heck of an athlete. He was quite a basketball player too, but he had to give that up at high school to be a wrestler. You know, talking to people, and they say, you know, those wrestlers make some of the best football players because they totally get the idea of that low center of gravity, getting down low, making tackles, making blocks and things, and that's something that is so big in football, getting down lower and making those plays.
I think we got to be looking for an onside kick here. I know that's obvious, but regardless of what the score was, even if we were super close, I think that Coach Krolick was going to do that tonight anyway.
Well, I think, again, you have nothing to lose at this point. You might as well do it, might as well practice. Oh, he kicks it deep.
Well, completely got that wrong.
Well, I think maybe because they took out some of their speedsters, Lee, they may have figured they could get away with a deep kick. So
good call there, Phil.
You know, you're not giving it to Weddington or Trey Weed or any of those guys. So again, a lot of bright white uniforms. You know, out there for Sumner. I do see some size, but looks like some of these big kids that they got out there are sophomores. So
looks like they brought in another quarterback as well, Austin Gondal, who looks to be a sophomore, 6'2", 175.
So hand up right up the middle. And again, some fantastic blocking by these receivers downfield. And that's number 32, Bryce Bostick. He's a sophomore. And he'd bring the ball down to the 20-yard line. And that's about 40 yards, 45 yards. So we still seem to be having the same problem of stopping these runs.
I guess if we're just going back to what we said earlier as well, there just comes a point where you can't stop them. You got to let them play, and they got their second and third string guys out there. And if we can't stop that, then it's no disrespect to us. You just let them play.
Another run from Mill, and we do stuff this one. So nice play by the right side of the line. So that's stuff for no gain. So we'll have second and 10 from the 23-yard line for Sumner. So another handoff. It looks like another fumble, and South Kitsap recovers. So
I think that's number 32, Phil.
32 is Jeffrey Williams, and he's the
scored our sole touchdown.
Scored the offensive touchdown for us.
Our first touchdown.
So Sumner's had 2 drives, 2 fumbles. It does look like they have some of their second string out there, maybe. But hey, we'll take it.
However, I've just seen Ben Wilson come back out on the field.
You know, the middle linebacker is quarterback of the defense, so you definitely want to keep that going. I can kind of understand that.
I do, and it's Ben Wilson who's made that tackle.
You know, my philosophy was always, you want to score on me, then go ahead and score, but I'm not pulling my defense out to make it a cakewalk. So, you know, I'm going to replace most of my defense, but I'm going to leave some of them in there. So, again, it's learning for them too. Incomplete pass there to number 81, and that's Quinn Hogan. Trying to know quick. Ball kind of got there before he was ready for it, I think.
I think he might have heard footsteps.
So, South is ready for a snap. Again, we get this hurry-up offense. We got 3rd and 2. Another run play is Isaiah. No, it's not Isaiah. It was Williams again, up the middle. Nice run. He gains about 12 yards, 13 yards on that run.
Jeffrey's doing a good job out there.
So, and that's a first down for South Kitsap. So we are moving the ball down the field. Again, we talked about winning the quarter, winning the half, and we're doing that right now. So another run play for South Kitsap, and that's number 20. And that's Christian Blue, and he takes up in the middle but doesn't go anywhere. So nice job by Sumner's defense to stop that play.
The tackle was made by both Putney and Deese for Sumner.
South Kitsap again ready to snap the ball.
and 10.
We get a lot of plays off in this offense in a short period of time. A little quick pass. Oh. And Isaiah, is that Isaiah Bird? Isaiah Bird
struggling
was
with
the
about out
intended
there tonight.
receiver.
That was a little bit of a juggling act there, and I'm glad they called that incomplete because that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, I
Just couldn't find the handle on it tonight.
No, he's a good receiver. I think he might have taken the eyes off that one, trying to turn upfield and make something happen. And you have these players. That's all they want to do at this point, is make something good happen for their team. So,
Nice
reverse
reverse.
coming. Sumner stays home though, makes a couple good moves, good
Loss of
runs,
5.
but
So Quinn Hogan on the reverse.
I like the play. You got to try some different things and all that.
so that's a loss of 5 for South Kitsap. But you got to credit Sumner's defense staying home.
Try to do something here, maybe run a fake or just get the ball and hopefully the field position. He had a good punt early in the first half.
Yeah, I would say don't run the fake personally.
I think
the defense did a
Sumner
good
is
job.
down a player.
Sumner wound up calling timeout.
Yeah, only had
because,
10 guys on the field. When you start substituting and whatnot and some of the special teams and things, and some of these kids kind of forget what special teams are on and don't get on the field. Nothing makes a coach angrier than that, though, when you don't go out there.
when you have a chance to get out there and play, and if you're on the second team, you need to get out there. And coaches will sit there and turn and go, obviously you didn't want to play, so we'll put somebody else in your spot. Here comes somebody running up. It's like, Coach, I'll get in. So
back for Sumner, number 2, Sandretsky, and number 6.
So both teams are back out. South Kitsap's getting ready for the punt. Lined up. And looks like we got the right number of people on the field this time. So nice snap. Nice deep kick.
Out of
And it
bounds
goes
about the
out of bounds.
15.
Yeah, it's a great kick. They're marking it, well, actually marking right to 20, but I thought it was a great kick and about what you want. You don't
I got a
want
little
return.
update for you guys. We're up to 52 viewers on YouTube. It must be the announcers. Okay, probably not. The look I'm getting right now, ladies and gentlemen, is not one of agreement there.
So Sumner's got the ball at their own 20, first and 10. It'll be interesting to see if we get any pass plays. If we run right up the middle, a little bit of a haul. South Kitsap closes it down, does a good job. Gain of about 3 yards.
Who knows? Last 2 possessions that Sumner have, they've turned it over to our defense. So let's hope they can do it again. I hear somebody on the screen. Yeah, I'm just sending a text. Get it sorted out.
So second, about 7. Another run play right up the middle. South stuffs it. Gain of about a yard. It's going to be third and a long 5 or 6 yards. So, and there's our South Kitsap audience. They're still in there. The kids are out here, still cheering on their teammates, their schoolmates. And you gotta love that.
I gotta believe they're passing here. No, they're not.
No, they're taking their chances to run. It's only going to put up another yard. So it's going to be 4th and 4, and we're seeing the punt team come out. So we have Connor Seaton back to receive the punt. And hopefully we get a nice return at us. Make something happen.
It's a great positive effort from South Kitsap Wolves here.
Coming in late is number 13, Deshaun Keel. So nice punt. It's returnable. Connor Seaton's got it. Nice coverage. No yardage on the return. As a nice punt, nice coverage. right about a 40-yard punt.
Our boys have got to be paying more attention to who's going to be on the field. Taking, the extra point and punt right now, I think they're sleeping on the sideline. They've got to wake up and know when they got to be out there.
Yep.
That was a great punt and had a 4.2 hang time.
So 1st and 10 Wolves, about to throw on 30. Another handoff, number 20. What a nice run.
Nice job by Blue.
Christian Blue taking it up, gaining 9 yards. Tough running up the middle for somebody who's not the biggest stature. So that's the end of the third quarter. And the score is 56-15, but South Kitsap should take some pride. They won that quarter.
They have, and it shows you how fast a quarter goes when it's a running clock.
Yeah, it's
At the same time, though, we talked about what do you tell the boys? How do you do that? And like Phil, you said, they won that quarter. That was 7-0 South Kitsap third quarter. That's how you build things, and that's you get a little momentum. Yeah, Sumner's got their second team, third team in there and stuff. But again, you got to build on something.
And again, when you're coach, you're just trying to get something out of this game at this point. Get the kids to learn something. I will give Sumner coaches some credit. It doesn't look like the ball's going to go back in the air. They're going to try to do everything on the ground and see where that gets them. They have a big line. They have some backs.
Shows a lot of respect.
It certainly does. A lot of class. And again, we need to sit there and go, okay, if that's what we're expecting, that's what we ought to be prepped for.
And, if the Sumner score with their second and third guys out there, then, that's just the way it is. You can't stop them. I mean, they're just as excited to be out there as anybody else because they're trying to take their opportunities to show that they can play themselves.
I remember a few years back, a group of sophomores playing in a varsity game, the whole group of sophomores, and they marched down the field.
Pass out to the right side to start the fourth quarter. Sorry about that, Brian. So we have 3rd and 2 for South Kitsap. I think that was against Foss High School, Brian, if I remember correctly. So South Kitsap takes the ball, runs up the middle, and it looks like by the spot they're going to get the first down.
That's a good job right there for the offensive line. So again, putting together another little drive. Let's see if we can win this quarter. Quick little pass play to Bird, and the ball's dropped.
Number 32, he looks at the ball, and he might have caught that and gone the other way.
He 32 on Sumner. Certainly had a great shot at it.
He got pulled over the side, and his coach is talking to him a little bit, and keep your eye on the ball there, son. Glad he didn't.
So 2nd and 10 for South Kitsap. Little run play out to the right-hand side.
Just nowhere to go.
Sumner does a good job of doing contain. That's number 32, Jeffrey Williams, but he can't go anywhere. He actually loses the yard.
What do you think on something like that with Sumner coming in so hard? A little halfback pass, that old play from our days, guys. Quick pitch out there, and the halfback throws it down the field.
I'm always into the trickery. I quite like the trickery. So
that was a bad snap. Actually, snap wound up going to the running back, and he picked it up off the ground. Managed to get back and gain about a half a yard. So that was Isaiah Davis. Not sure. That's kind of a broken play. I don't know what was supposed to happen there. This could be dangerous. They have Tyson Rainwater back deep to receive, and he's done a good job on some of these pass plays from earlier on in the game.
Kick it toward the sideline here. Pin him in there. Keep it away from that young man.
Chase Peterson can bomb another one of these. He's had a couple of good punts just recently.
Another good kick. Oh, it's taking Sumner bounce.
I think he was doing everything he could to keep it away from Rainwater there.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart play. So winds up being about a 33-yard punt, but no return. And I'm sure that's what coach was looking for.
Well, Lee, you're a staff member up here at South Kitsap High School. Kids excited for the first game and all. Was there a pep assembly at all today?
There was no pep assembly today, but the kids, they seemed excited. A lot of kids seem excited right now, especially with the ninth graders up here. That's obviously the first time we've done that here at South Kitsap High School, so it's hard to tell who's more excited.
So we have a pitch play out to the left-hand side, and that's going to go for about 3 yards. That was number 24, Jake Popejoy. He's a senior, 5'8" senior. Sumner's certainly not in a hurry to get the play off. Comfortable with the lead. They're actually running the clock down. The quarterback's standing up. He's talked to the timesman in the backfield to get a nod. Probably 10 seconds or 5 seconds or something left to run these down. So.
I would say is obviously, again, that's just we don't want to sit there and run the score up on these Wolves here. So it just, I know we were saying earlier, if it happens, it happens, but it's nice to see that they're coach-wise, just that respect.
Well, again, with the Wolves, all you're looking for at this point is let's see if we can win another quarter. They've got 3rd and 7 coming on up. And it's another handoff right up the middle. We're ready for it. That goes nowhere. So I think someone's going to wind up punting.
That's Michael Major, number 67 there. Great stop.
So again, good return, get some offense going, and let's see if we can put some more points on the board. So a nice punt. Return the ball. Oh, it's dropped. And Sumner has the ball.
I think that was
Sumner
Connor
recovers.
Seaton that just went through his hands, and I'm sure he's not happy with himself.
So Sumner recovers on the South Kitsap 18-yard line.
That's too bad. They did a nice job of bottling up Sumner there. And I'm sure no one feels worse than that young man that fumbled the ball. That's always tough, but it's part of the game.
Part of the game, but on the other hand, if you're going to do something like that, this is not a bad game to do it in. So Sumner starts at the 18, inside handoff. For no gain, so it'll be 2nd down 10. It looks like another sophomore, Isaiah Kester.
Well, it's just coming up to 5 minutes left in the game, and like you said earlier, it looks like Sumner's doing everything they possibly can to just let the clock run out.
I haven't seen the ball in the air, so I'm going to anticipate another run, 2nd and 10.
Assuming right up the gut again.
So in South Kitsap is selling out completely on the run. That was number 32, Jeffrey Williams, making the hit just about the same time the back was getting the ball. So again, no gain for Sumner. So we'll have 3rd and 10 from the 18. So they'll be less than 4 minutes to go when this ball gets snapped. Another inside handoff. Gain of about 5 yards by Sumner. And that's Isaac Hester, number 33, carrying the ball.
I'm going to say he's going to probably go for the field goal.
You know, I just looked down at the crowd and things, and I don't think it's thinned out very much. You wouldn't blame some people for heading the exit, but it's a nice night for football, supporting the Wolves, supporting the kids. It's nice to see that the student body section and the rest of the fans are hanging in here and supporting the players.
So here's the field goal attempt, and it looks like it is
No good.
wide right. So South Kitsap will take over on the 20.
Standing all the way down there by himself. It's quite annoying, really. I'm almost going to pull it out here right now.
So South Kitsap going on offense here. We have about 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. With this quick strike offense, they could score. So let's see if we can get some more points. So first play is going to be a pass play. Isaiah Bird, but he drops it. A little bit behind him, but catchable ball.
He's not had a good night there, Phil. I think that's his 4th or 5th drop tonight.
You know, sometimes you just have games like that.
He's just got to forget it and believe that he can do it. We know he's got good hands, but it's just unfortunate tonight he's not showing those.
So second play is going to be run, coming on off the right-hand side here. Oh, and the running back slips down a little bit, trying to make the cut. South Kitsap looks like they're
flag on the play.
There is a flag? Yep, there is a flag on the play. Thank you, Lee.
I'm not sure they're saying this is another chop block. Oh, face mask.
Face mask. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Looked like he slipped. I wonder if he got grabbed by the face mask instead.
Well, with less than 2 minutes, got 1:40 to go. If we can finish this with a score, that would be a great way to go for us tonight.
So ball's at the 38-yard line. Clock's winding. South Kitsap across the middle. Nice pass. It's complete.
I thought he was down.
I thought I heard a whistle.
I never heard the whistle.
There is a fumble.
I thought he was down.
I think the receiver thought he was down, but
even Coach Ogun's down there. His hands on his hips with his arm out. And what are you doing? He was down on the ground when that come out.
So
I'd like to see that on a replay if we can get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. If maybe his knees didn't hit, maybe he was on a body or something. But you know, from our angle, it certainly looked like he was down. I completely agree. Down ball comes out. You know, should be South Kitsap ball right there.
Prior to the fumble, it was. I'm liking those plays where they're coming across the middle with a quick strike, and they've been open. We haven't always hung on to the ball, but they played well.
So this is probably the last snap of the game. Looks like they're just going to take a knee. Sumner is, and with 32 seconds left, they don't have to take another snap. So the game's going to end up with a score of 56-15. It was 56-8 at halftime, and South Kitsap managed to score on a fumble return.
I'd like to, give more of a positive things on our side, but unfortunately we just didn't execute as well as we could have tonight. And, to be fair, beaten by a superior team. There's no doubt about that. Sumner's certainly going to give some tough games to other opponents this year, and I expect to see Sumner go pretty deep in the playoffs.
I agree, Lee. Sumner's a quality team. But again, we talked at halftime. What do the coaches tell the boys? Go out there, win each play, win each series, and you can say we got 7-0 in that second half.
Yep.
We won each quarter. We won the second half.
So we want to thank you for joining us for the South Kitsap High School boys football game. And we'd also like to thank the students of the video production program here at South who made this television program possible. Again, final score, South Kitsap Wolves 15 and Sumner 56. We'll be back with the next home game, September 23rd, as the Wolves take on Puyallup. And so long, good evening from South Kitsap High School.
South Kitsap Wolves will be traveling next week to Ferndale on Saturday at 4 o'clock kickoff. So make your way up to Ferndale for that kickoff. And then in 2 weeks, they'll be back here at home hosting the Puyallup Vikings at 7 o'clock. So make sure you come out and support your Wolves. Thanks, everybody. Make sure to throw away your trash tonight. Drive home safely and have a great weekend.